In this video, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to make a stunning sunburst effect for your thumbnail or whatever else you need it for. Timestamps will be in the description if you'd like to check those out. First thing that we need to do is decide on colors. So for this first design, I will show you what colors I use. So for the foreground color, we're going to use this one right here. It is a light gray, and I'll put that color code up on screen. And for the background color, we're going to use this darker gray, and that will also be on screen. And we want to make sure that the light color is on top, darker color is on the bottom. So now we are going to go to our rectangle tool by pressing U on the keyboard or going and clicking on it on the left. So now that we have grabbed our tool we need, we're going to go to the fill settings, and we're going to just double check that that gradient is selected on the correct one. Then we want to make sure our gradient is on linear, 90 degrees, scale 100, and align with layer is checked. And now we are just going to drag this across our screen, and it doesn't have to be perfect with the layer, just as long as it covers all the sides, it will work. Now what we need to do is we need to press the delete button, and as you can see, this line up here will disappear and this will change over here and make it into a real layer. And as you can see, it changed it. Now if you have any other layers in your document, then instead of doing this like it needs to, it will delete the entire layer. So double check that you do not have any other layers in your file before you do this. Now we are going to go to the filter button up here at the top, and we are going to go to distort and click on wave. And then we're going to press OK. And the settings that we are going to need for this is number of generators is going to be 1. Wavelength, the minimum is going to be 93, and the max is going to be 94. The amplitude we're going to set to 1 minimum, and the max is 999. So just drag the sliders all the way up, all the way down, and all the way up. Keep the scale 100% for both the horizontal and vertical, and you're going to make sure the undefined areas is on for repeat edge pixels, and the type is square. You're just going to press OK. And as you can see, we now have this. Next, we're going to go to filter, distort, and polar coordinates. So just click on this, and to make sure this is on rectangular to polar and not polar to rectangular. And the preview should look like this. You're gonna just press OK, and there you have the spiral or the sunburst effect. But we want to add color to this. So what we can do is go down to the little shading circle down here, and we're going to click on this and go to hue and saturation. We're just gonna click on this, and mine shows up here on the sidebar, but yours might show up somewhere else. But your interface should look something similar to this. You're going to want to make sure we check the colorize box right here, and then we are going to change the saturation, lightness, and hue until we get it how we want. Now we can save our file by pressing Ctrl S, and I'm just going to save this on the desktop, and then I can press OK and press Ctrl Shift S and save this as a JPEG. And I'm going to save this quality on maximum. And that is how you make the first style of sunburst. Now I'm going to show you how to make the next. Alright, so this next style, you do the exact same thing, you just change the colors beforehand. Now, I would suggest making this style if you want your different stripes to be completely different colors instead of just different shades of green or red or whatever color you choose. So for example, I'm going to choose my lighter color to be a nice lightish purple color, and then my darker color to be a green. And now I'm going to just do the same thing. I'm going to make sure that the gradient is the correct gradient. It's on linear, 90 degrees, and all that. Now I'm going to drag it across like I did last time. And again, press the delete button. Then we're going to go up to filter, distort, wave, and we're going to make sure all the settings are exactly the same as we had on the last one. Press OK. Then go to distort and polar coordinates and do the same thing. And as you can see, this is purple and green instead of different shades of green or whatever color you chose. And again, I'm just going to save this by pressing Ctrl S. Now I'm going to press Ctrl Shift S like last time and do it as a JPEG. And that is the second way of how to make a sunburst effect. And that was creating a sunburst effect in 5 minutes or less. If this was helpful, please like the video and share it around, and please consider subscribing as it will help me out a lot and it will notify you when I have another tutorial up.